let me know. Right, let's move away from like that sort of news and onto a feature that was written by Hamish on the site. And Hamish did a really cool thing, and he went ahead and ranked the Daniel Craig James Bond movies from worst to best. And this is in honor of the movie that was supposed to be coming out relatively soon, No Time to Die. It was supposed to be coming out in April. So it's actually been revealed that film's going to be delayed until November. So that means it's had a whole... I think that means it would be delayed well over a year now, that film. So, without further ado, let's rank. This is, again, Hamish's rankings, and I actually kind of agree with him on this. So far, Daniel Craig's been in 4 James Bond movies. He's going to be in 5. No Time to Die will be his final Bond film. So in 4th position, we have Spectre, directed by Sam Mendes. So Spectre, yes, I agree. I think that is the worst. It's between 2 of them for me. But I think Spectre, because it promised so much and it's Sam Mendes, it was just such a huge disappointment. And that, of course, that's probably one of the reasons why we're getting No Time to Die in Daniel Craig's final Bond movie, because Spectre was originally going to be the final one for him, but that film was so bad that I think he wanted to do another one. So he's doing another one with Cary Fukunaga. In number 3, we have Quantum of Solace, directed by Mark Foster. So Mark Foster actually directed GoldenEye and Casino Royale. And then he had another shot at directing another Bond movie called Quantum of Solace, which was absolute rubbish. It was terrible, but it also really, really struggled because of the writer's strike in Hollywood. So that's one of the main reasons why why that film ended up suffering, really, why it was so bad. So Quantum of Solace is just terrible, and as I said before, it's often between those 2 for me, or either Spectre. I would probably put Quantum of Solace as his worst film personally, but it's a very close thing. So then Hamish then put Casino Royale in at number 2, directed by Martin Campbell. Oh no, Mark Foster, sorry, he didn't direct... Mark Foster didn't direct Casino Royale. What did Mark Foster direct? Oh, Mark Foster directed World War Z, I think, is the film he directed. Right, so Casino Royale in at number 2, directed by Martin Campbell. Martin Campbell was the one that directed GoldenEye. I think Casino Royale is a brilliant film. It was a great introduction for Daniel Craig's Bond. It stands the test of time as well, has a brilliant villain in Mads Mikkelsen, and actually, personally, I would put that in at my number 1, but Hamish put it in his number 2. And in at number 1, he put Skyfall, Sam Mendes, and you know what? I love Skyfall. I think Skyfall is a really, really good Bond film. And I think so, as you can see that and see that Daniel Craig's been in 2 good Bond films and 2 bad Bond films, which is, it's all right. That's fine. You know, that to me is fine. Hopefully No Time to Die will be brilliant and then can round off his Bond, his time as Bond perfectly. So that means he would be in 3 good Bond films and 2 bad ones. That's better than most of the actors that have played Bond. Full disclosure, I'm a massive fan of James Bond. It's one of the reasons why I love cinema, and I'm really excited for this next Bond film, but, you know, we're going to have to wait for it a bit. I think Craig has been one of the best Bonds. I'd probably put him up there with, I mean, I kind of grew up with Pierce Brosnan as Bond, so I do have a love for that version of James Bond. But again, I can watch the movies, and basically he's only been in 1 good Bond film, which was GoldenEye. The rest are utter rubbish. Like, really, as movies, they're terrible. But GoldenEye is all right. I think it's pretty good. So, but Daniel Craig, I've said this time and time again, I do think Daniel Craig, along with probably Timothy Dalton, was the best actor ever to play James Bond. I think the others, Sean Connery can only kind of do James Bond, really. I mean, he's been in some other films where he's been okay. He got an Oscar for basically doing a very bad Irish accent in The Untouchables. But I look at Roger Moore, and Roger Moore's kind of the same. George Lazenby wasn't a good Bond, but I actually think he was probably in the best Bond film. I think On Her Majesty's Secret Service is a really good Bond film, just with a very bad Bond. And who else was there then? Then there was Timothy Dalton, and I think Timothy Dalton's actually a really good actor, and actually I think he was a very good Bond. He was kind of the more rough and ready Bond. So I think Brosnan gets away with it a bit because he kind of has the right look. He's definitely so far the best looking Bond, I'd say. But Timothy Dalton, I always had a massive affinity for, and again, as I said before, George Lazenby's Bond wasn't good, but that Bond film was actually very good. If you are to watch it again, really, or watch a Bond movie again, I would recommend you watch On Her Majesty's Secret Service again, because it's the film along with Casino Royale, it's the one movie that I've watched, the Bond film that I've watched, where you actually believe him to be a human being. All the other films, Bond is basically a robot, and a womanizing one at that. But let me know what your favorite Bond films, Daniel Craig Bond films, and Bond films in general are in the comments below. I'm seeing a lot of love for Timothy Dalton and Pierce Brosnan. So, let's wait and see. Hopefully this final Bond film, this final Daniel Craig Bond film is going to be brilliant. I hope it is. We'll have to wait and see. As for who will play Bond next, your guess is as good as mine. Let me know your guesses for the next Bond in the comments below, and maybe you can claim that to be a scoop. Right, talking of scoops, let's talk about Lars Mikkelsen. So